You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
All set for your flight?
Yep, I've got everything I need. Eye mask, neck pillow, T-Mobile, headphones.
Wait, T-Mobile?
You bet. Free in-flight Wi-Fi. 15% off all Hilton brands. I never go anywhere without T-Mobile. Same goes for my water bottle, chewing gum, nail clippers,
okay,
passport.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Find out how you can experience travel better at T-Mobile.com/travel.
Qualifying plan required. Wi-Fi were available on select U.S. airlines. Deposit and Hilton Honors membership required for 15% discount. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, and joined in the studio by our full collective here, starting with Jeff. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing, Neal?
I'm doing all right. You're emitting so much light here. I'm sort of basking in it. You look great today. Matt,
thank you.
How are you doing?
You're saying he needs a tan.
That is correct.
Yeah. It's very
now that
rude
the
of
sun
you.
is out in Chicago, it's possible.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, that was Ken. Matt is in front of me wearing sunglasses because it's very bright coming off of Jeff, as I said.
Indoors.
And it's indoors.
And my future is so bright.
And you know, future's bright, man.
I'm assuming so. I don't know how this game's going to turn out.
And you know, the other thing that's throwing me off right now is that Neal is sitting in Jeff's seat and Jeff is sitting in Neal's seat. So we'll see if their personalities kind of absorb into each other because of the weird dynamic.
Yeah.
They're stored in the chair.
If Jeff gets a movie question right, then we'll know.
The personality enters through the ass.
It is known.
That's what they say. But when it comes to...
As the old saying goes.
I just have to make sure that I bring the mood down at some point, just randomly, after we all laugh, and I'll say there was a genocide somewhere.
I'm sure there was.
We do have a special guest joining us today. He hosted a great game for us once before, and we were happy to have him back, and that's Paul Paquet from Ottawa. How's it going, Paul?
Yay.
It's going amazingly well. It's good to be back.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. For those of the listeners who might not know who you are, why don't you give them a little bit of a taste of Paul?
Tell them what they need to know.
Well, the main thing I'm here about, I do TrivialHallOfFame.com, but the main thing I'm here for this week is we started something new called Smarty Pants Monthly, which is 100 fun questions that you write. You take an hour, you write them, and I've got questions from the last one that I'm going to do for you guys today.
Awesome.
Great. And where can people find or sign up for Smarty Pants?
If you go to TrivialHallOfFame.com, there'll be a link there called Smarty Pants, and there will be a MailChimp sign up that hopefully will work. The idea is you do it the last weekend of the last Saturday of the month. So you can write either by yourself, you can get some friends, you can do it as a pair, a team. The idea is it's supposed to be a lot of fun because they do a lot of these in Europe and they're very serious. This is meant to be fun. So a lack of seriousness and a little bit of knowledge, and this is a great place to be doing
There you go.
It seems very on brand.
It is.
Someone knows our tagline.
Yeah, Paul's been a listener for a long time, and we appreciate that. And I feel like with the Smarty Pants game, we should all get together like the Midnight Society from Are You Afraid of the Dark around campfire and answer questions.
Scary questions.
Ooh. Yeah, only if they're scary. That's true. Make sure you check out Smarty Pants, and you go to TriviaHallOfFame.com and reach out to Paul and get on that bandwagon because it's going to be a real fun time. Today, I believe, is going to be a normal game in our usual format. Is that right, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So if that means it's going to be 2-on-2 here in the studio. And as Ken said, I'm sitting in Jeff's seat. Jeff's sitting in my seat, which means there's going to be a new team today. Matt and I usually don't play together.
Correct.
Or at least in a long time. I can't remember the last time we did.
I don't prefer
been a
it.
bit.
Yeah, Matt doesn't prefer it. Ever since we worked at Starbucks together, we decided one thing: we would never play trivia together.
Yeah.
Which kind of we failed at, but
horribly.
We
did the one thing we shouldn't have done: is start a trivia podcast.
And we were trying to go over a team name here, and since we both worked at Starbucks, I think we're going to be the two Dopios.
because we're dumb.
The Doppio, what is it?
Doppio's
double
shot
shot
espresso. Yeah.
Since me and Jeff are such old friends and we're old chums, I think we should be the old bums since we kind of suck at trivia.
Mm-hmm. Two chum bums.
So the old bums versus the two dope-yos, which makes sense because when we used to work at Starbucks, there'd be a table full of old men who just sat there and talked all day and drank dope-yos.
Read the newspaper.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great.
Remember newspapers, you guys?
Yeah. All right, well, today let's have Paul Paquet do his best impression of the rules guy.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
There is no one that does it better than the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Wow, very nice impression.
I think we need to hire somebody different.
Spot on.
I barely even noticed the difference.
Darren is out.
Wow.
Yeah, I was worried I'd get that Canadian oot out thing going, but I think I mastered it.
I don't know. Whoever your voice coach is, I mean, Daniel J. should call him up because he's great.
You should hear my Christopher Walken. That's pretty good, too.
All right. Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe a lot later. So are we ready to roll?
Yes.
So these are all questions from the April installment of Smarty Pants. So if you played that, you're going to do very, very well over the next hour. This is our first question. 2009 Twitter fad was called backflicks, in which movies are described backward. For example, what movie is this? Quote, a magic hockey player heals some injured teens so they can go home from summer camp.
All right, Matt is writing down something. I agree with that.
And
all right, cool.
Yeah, you don't know what it says, but you agree.
I agree. We're going to lock in.
All right, so I think what we're looking for is a movie. If it's backwards, it's a guy who's injuring kids at a summer camp or teens hockey player.
Right.
That doesn't ring a bell to me, though. Does it ring a bell to you?
Was like a reboot of a previous slasher movie in that era? 09, right?
Oh.
The trend was for 09. It was the thing on Twitter in 09.
Oh, okay.
Of course. So then it's Friday the 13th, right?
I think so.
Not the first one. 2. Friday the 13th 2.
I'll trust you on that.
We're in.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, Friday the 13th 3 is the first one with the hockey mask, but perhaps that if they are using the remake or just the overall character, we just said Friday the 13th.
We'll take anything in the Friday the 13th series.
All right, thank you.
I think it was very specific.
Points all around.
Yeah. I wrote down Jason, which I don't. That's not the right character, is it?
That's right.
Okay.
Jason
I was thinking
Voorhees.
of an actual hockey player, like an idiot.
I was too. Immediately, I said, "There's no magic in the Mighty Ducks except for Emilio Estevez."
Mm-hmm. He's the Minnesota Miracle Man.
Yeah.
He's the second best Estevez.
There you go.
Number 2. What nursery rhyme involving an ovoid and a barrier is also an apt illustration of entropy and the second law of thermodynamics?
You got it.
Yep, we're in.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy. Okay. Do you know the second law of thermodynamics?
So I think that
You're starting in the wrong spot.
I know.
What about entropy? I mean, that's when you can't move your limb, right?
That's the fate of all of us, Neal.
Yeah.
So can you just name
I
any
think,
nursery?
I think this is, if you're looking, this is I think it's Humpty Dumpty, but I'm not 100% sure.
Ovoid, a barrier, entropy.
What's an ovoid? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Dang it. And they knew it's so fast.
Break it down.
Break it down. Ovoid.
Break
A
the
barrier.
word down.
Oh, wait. Put them back together again.
I don't know.
Break it down.
Just break down the word ovoid.
Yeah.
Oh, ovoid. Like something with a void that's empty?
You avoid the noid.
All right, just lock in, please.
Okay.
Put us out of our misery.
We said, we're going to lock in with Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
An ovoid is an egg.
Yeah, an ovum is an egg, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, Neal, you definitely went at that the hardest way possible. Yeah.
So Humpty Dumpty for us. But actually, interesting enough, Humpty Dumpty, it does not contain the fact that he's an egg in the nursery rhyme.
Oh.
It's just like kind of a general conception.
How about that?
So he could just be splattered.
So maybe you could re-scramble that egg.
Yeah, that's right.
And unscramble it. But the second law of thermodynamics is what entropy, and the idea that the universe is gradually falling apart, and we are all marching slowly towards our deaths. So
okay,
we're moving to higher disordered states.
Do you know how much effort I expend on a daily basis to forget about that you just reminded me of?
The last time I was here was all about slowly pushing you into pornography. This time would be to push you into despair. It'll be our objective this time.
I don't think Ken needs a nudge in that direction.
In both respects.
Number 3, in France's version of The Simpsons, what insult is dubbed singe mangeur de fromage?
Oh, I can help you with that. You know The Simpsons, I know French. Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, we're locked in.
Monsieur is like Mr. or Sir.
No, that's Monsieur. Is there any line that Bart says something about like cutting the cheese or something? Oh no, that's El coupe le
Do you think
fromage.
it could be eat my shorts? It's anything, but that's just very...
Possibly, but fromage is cheese.
Okay.
Is there any famous Simpsons line with cheese in it?
Cheese eating surrender monkeys.
Okay.
That's what Willie calls. I forget what it is, but it's said,
French.
It is said in one of the episodes, and if you said it's cheese, that's all I can think of. So.
Okay. I mean, you know Simpsons, so yeah, let's do that. What was it? Cheese?
Cheese eating surrender monkeys.
Okay. We're locked in.
And we just said eat my shorts.
It is cheese eating surrender monkeys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Finally got a Simpsons.
Team Dopios.
Although somebody apparently did analysis, and probably the French have actually done better in battles than other European nations
almost
over
anybody,
the great
right?
swath of history. But so it goes. Next up, barf is an Iranian line of soaps and laundry detergents. In what Iranian language does barf mean snow?
I mean, I could take a guess as to the predominant one.
Take a guess. We're locked in.
Well, it's not
Arabic, right? More or less. Probably wrong.
Yeah, I don't know though.
We can lock in with that.
Okay,
that's fine.
All right, we're gonna lock in with Arabic.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the most commonly spoken language in Iran, so we guessed Arabic.
Arabic is a language, but it's not the right language. It's Farsi, or we would have taken Persian as well.
Farsi.
Although we don't think of it that way, what international landmark is also a 17th century mausoleum?
Yeah.
We're locked in.
Yep.
This possibly be the Taj Mahal.
That's possible. I thought that the mausoleum, the Arc de Triomphe, was a mausoleum, I believe.
Okay.
I'm trying. There was a British one where there's like someone buried under there. It was like from a Dan Brown novel. I can't remember though.
I mean, those are based off very, 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 very loose.
You're telling me that Tom Hanks didn't find the daughter of Jesus or great daughter of Jesus? I don't. Do you want to just go Arc de Triomphe?
Yeah, we could do that.
I think it's a mausoleum. Okay.
Were you thinking of the Tower of London? Are there people buried there?
Oh, maybe.
There's people buried under churches in London for sure.
Anyways, something that's definitely a mausoleum is the Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal is the mausoleum.
That was my bad.
Although I think Napoleon built the Arc de Triomphe, the idea of that he would be entombed there, but I don't think that ever happened.
Okay, that's where I must have gotten it then.
Let's say that, yes.
Yeah.
And after 5 questions, looks like we're tied 30-30.
All right.
Number 6. I have appeared in nearly 50 movies that have made nearly $30 billion in international box office. Mind you, I've done it mostly through cameos. Who am I?
Yeah, he's got to be the only one, right?
Well, I can think of several that make a lot of sense.
That makes sense. I think we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Yeah, Excelsior. We're locked in. Initially, I was thinking Samuel L. Jackson, but when he said mostly cameos, then you'd want to go someone who really only cameos, which is Stan Lee. That was our answer.
Yeah,
that definitely did occur to me, but Sam L. was also in the Star Wars franchise, so I wanted to go with Sam L. Jackson, not the other one.
I have Stan Lee.
All right.
All right. So we made up the 10 points then.
Rest in peace, Stan Lee.
I couldn't think of 50 films. I could think of about 30.
And Endgame's his last cameo, right?
We'll see.
He filmed a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So
he is in the non-MCU Marvel movies too. Almost all of them.
Okay.
So.
That's what
he
I
was
was
in the
thinking.
Teen Titans movie too. The Teen Titans cartoon.
And probably something with Kevin Smith. Mallrats.
Number 7. What movie star was elected to the board of the Archaeological Institute of America in 2008?
I like how pop culture-y this game is so far.
Yeah,
I don't.
I do because it moves fast.
These are great. Yeah, Paul, if you are not signed up for Smarty Pants yet, please do so, because if this is what it's like, I'm going to email them right now.
We're locked in.
You're locked in. So Matt wrote down
Harrison Ford,
which I think makes sense. Indiana Jones.
It's kind of one of those like fake degrees that they give people for.
Right.
They're just trying to grab attention.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, look what we did.
Indiana Jones is in the
right.
Yeah,
whatever.
And I doubt it's the Canon Films knockoff Quartermain, or the Patrick Swayze knockoff where he was Indiana Jones. But I like that. Let's go Harrison Ford.
Yep, we had the same thought that it might be due to his role as Indiana Jones, and we said Harrison Ford.
It was indeed due to his role as Harrison Ford. I've always thought the best questions are the ones you don't know right away, but you're able to figure out from the clues in the questions.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Harrison, did you like that question?
Thank you so much for inducting me into the Archaeological Hall of Fame.
Great question, kid.
I bet you have a good Christopher Walken, too.
Maybe later. We'll find out.
Number 8. Wonder Woman creator William Moulton Marston also helped invent what device, which happens to do the same thing that Wonder Woman's lasso does?
Oh, I have an interesting angle on this one, but I kind of want to talk it out.
But we want to talk it out. We're at an impasse.
Close your ears. Okay.
All right, we are going to lock in.
Okay, so Wonder Woman's lasso makes you tell the truth is one thing. The original angle I was going on, so the creator of Wonder Woman was actually very much into S&M. And I didn't know if this had anything to do with like rope tying of some sort. Or fastening, I guess, because he was kind of in that.
He didn't invent, but he perfected the art of shibari. Kids, that's Japanese rope binding.
Maybe I was too quick to promise no pornography in this one.
Don't Google it.
Also, Jeff learned a thing today.
I learned that in Boy Scouts. I don't know what they're teaching.
NSFW.
So after rereading or rehearing the question, it now makes me think that it has something to do with truth. So maybe a lie detector?
Right. And so Wonder Woman comes out in the 50s, right? 50s, 60s.
Earlier, I think either like 40s.
Because the Linda Cardellini TV show is...
Linda Cardellini TV show was a different thing.
Yeah.
That was well, she was a Wonder Woman on Freaks and Geeks. Don't shortchange her.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so what were you saying?
So that's 70s. So we're looking at least, right? 50s.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And that's around the time that this...
What a lie detector? I mean, I guess it does the same thing. You have to tell the truth to pass, right?
Correct.
Okay. Do you want to go with that?
Yeah, lie detector.
All right, lie detector.
Same. Though we did pour over the idea of doing sodium pentothal, which is usually the truth serum in movies.
Also as effective.
Well, points all around. Everybody's right. It is the lie detector or the polygraph.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm showing Jeff some pictures of shibari.
No.
Wait a minute. So when you took me to that Japanese restaurant, I don't eat sushi, right? I don't eat fish, but I eat vegetables sushi. And on the menu, I said, "What is this shibari?" And you're like, "Well, it's $100, but if you really have to be committed if you want it." And so that's what that was.
It's not for the faint of heart.
It's not. Okay.
Well, moving on. And next up.
I'm sorry. Was the answer lie detector?
It was.
It was. Yes. This is a question I got some good feedback on. What is the only Muslim majority city to have hosted an Olympic Games, in this case, the Winter Olympics?
Oh, that's a great question.
I think I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to lock in with Jeff's guess.
Okay. You said what country, though, right?
City. Muslim majority city.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that's not right. So initially my train of thought here was the Sochi Olympics was in Russia, which is in Asia. But now that I was thinking continent-wise, not city-wise. But
right.
Can you think of any other Olympic cities that would have had a Winter Olympics that might have been warmer?
Maybe, Nagano, which was...
Japan, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
No.
I'm having a hard time even coming up with Winter Olympics right now.
Oh,
I am too.
Come on. You can get a Mormon one.
Let's lock in with Sochi because we don't have anything else.
Okay.
Boy, if you're right, I'm going to be really mad because I think it's Sochi.
Good guess. It's actually in Bosnia. It's Sarajevo.
Oh, that's right.
I've been there, actually, and they've had a civil war in the interim, so it's kind of sad. But buildings are still in disrepair from the war, which is kind of sad. So a lot of the Olympic site is gone, unfortunately.
That's sad. Let's move on then.
Yeah, you pulled a Jeff there, so I didn't even have to do it.
All right. In the Final Fantasy video games, it produces magic.
Yes.
In the Futurama cartoon, Nibbler excretes it as fuel. In The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is revealed to be the white polystyrene pellets that equipment is packed in. In reality, it's a mystery substance found throughout the universe. What is it?
Locked in.
Yeah, same.
I'll let Matt take this
in
one.
In Chicago, it's a coffee company, I believe. We're looking at dark matter.
Yep, we said.
Just made that joke in the last episode.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I asked a dark matter question.
I should listen to the previous shows.
Well, you couldn't have been. It was recorded like 2 hours ago.
Well, you know, the magic of recording.
We said dark matter.
Yep, dark matter it is.
Okay, so after the first round, looks like we are at 60 points, and I think you guys are the same, right?
70.
We have 70.
Oh. Oh, the Sam L question.
Thanks to
that was
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee. Thank you, Stan.
Excelsior.
Yep, yeah, we were at 70.
All right, so slight lead going into the swing round for, what the hell was your team name?
We are two
The
Dopios.
two Dopios.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Paul, what do you have in store for us with the swing round?
Every Christmas, there is one toy that every kid wants. I'm going to give you a year, a clue about the toy, and you name the toy.
All right.
All right.
Number 1, 1983, Dolls You Adopted. Number 2, 1984, Robots in Disguise. Number 3, 1993, originally a non-functioning prop from Home Alone 2. Number 4, 1995, Ty Warner Collectibles. Number 5, 1996, Tycho's Sesame Street merch. 6, 1997, Virtual Pet. Number 7, 1998, Tiger Electronics Polyglot. Number 8, 2001, Dolls with Attitude. Number 9, 2009, Plush Robotic Go-Go Hamsters. And finally 10 from 2016, Egg-Born Chatter.
We'll talk about it for a moment, but there's something you wanted to mention, right?
Always. I'm always very keen to talk about our Patreon because that's the lifeblood of our show. So
Patreon, what's that?
Patreon is a great way that you can support us as independent content creators and in return get a little bit something back. Like bonus
what's some of those
episodes,
things?
signed posters.
Oh.
Ken will show up at your house and sing you a telegram.
That perk is very expensive and also probably not worth your time, but there's a lot of other great ones out there for
If
you.
you pay enough, he'll go away.
And that's the real perk. And you can get all of those and more at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
Yeah, one of my favorites, actually, we had Kiana Cutney, who's been on the show before. She asked for a Dutch boy birthday greeting that we sent her, an audio greeting. The guys here heard it.
It's the most messed up thing I've ever heard. It's glorious.
It is a little weird. I had very low sleep and did that. And then Ryan Boyd down in New Zealand, he asked for a voicemail of me saying where he was, why he wasn't coming to the phone, like I do with Matt. And it was a good one. So
when I don't go to the show.
Yes, exactly. So if you're a United States champion or higher, you get a custom audio recording of whatever you'd like: business promotion, birthday, voicemail. Us kind of yelling at one of your
A little
friends.
something for yourself.
Ooh, Matt's getting cheeky. I like it. So yeah, like Jeff said, a lot of cool options, and all of those of you who've gotten your posters, post them on the crop. Let everyone see them.
Mm-hmm. And just a general thank you to anybody who supports the show on Patreon. We very much appreciate it.
After some discussion, all of our answers are locked in with a little trip down to the cellar to play with some of these toys.
And a quick production note, somebody's chainsawing right outside of our window. So if you hear a chainsaw gently humming in the background, don't worry. Nothing to be concerned about. It's just a tree.
I think the real shame of it is that I looked out the window and this person doesn't know how to use a chainsaw. So,
All right, so we're talking about the top toys for each year. 1983, Dolls You Adopted.
We adopted them right out of the Cabbage Patch. So we said Cabbage Patch dolls.
Yeah, I just missed out on these by a couple years. Cabbage Patch.
Ding, ding. Points around, all around. Number 2, 1984, Robots in Disguise.
Transformers.
We went Transformers.
Absolutely. The toy that was originally a prop from Home Alone 2.
We know what it was, but we had trouble coming up with the name of it, so we said Talk Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you sure did talk, boy. That's what we went, Talk Boy.
And that is exactly right. Number 4, the Ty Warner Collectibles.
Oh, Matt and I still have several hundred of these. These are Beanie Babies.
I hear they appreciate in value.
Yeah. My retirement fund, the Beanie Babies.
I made money.
Well, you got out while the getting was good.
Those are both right. Tycho Sesame Street merch.
We assumed this was the Tickle Me Elmo.
We said the same.
Ding ding. The Virtual Pet from 1997.
Could go two ways with this one. Tamagotchi or probably Nano Pet would be an alternate. That was the American version.
We kind of looked over both those options and locked in with Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi is correct. The Tiger Electronics Polyglot.
This was the hardest one for us, I think. Well, we had no idea about number 10, but this one we had some idea. We think this is the one that modulates your voice as you speak into it, so we called it a talkback.
Oh.
Yeah, this one, Matt and I were having trouble as well, but then we looked at the list sort of far away objectively, and we're like, well, what huge toy is not on this list? And then at the same time, we both looked at each other and said, Furby.
Yeah. A capacity for language is what you are if you're a polyglot. It is Furby.
Oh, and I got that right, too.
Yeah, Matt said exactly that. It makes us feel good.
Number 8 from 2001, Dolls with Attitude.
Oh, those are Bratz, right?
Yeah, this is where Jeff gets all of his makeup makeup inspirations. We went Bratz.
Bratz is right. Number 9 from 09, Plush Robotic Go-Go Hamsters.
That's the one I had the wrong year on.
Yeah, we said
Furby
on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a little bit of trouble with this one because we know that this this item is primarily not robotic, but we went with Richard Gere.
Why?
It is, in fact, Juju Pets.
Oh, of course.
Juju Pets. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
You should have. I asked about these on our Christmas episode.
Oh.
As like top toys that were given, or top toys requested. So.
Oh, how about that? No wonder you're doing so well on these. By the way, I can't even begin to express how much I enjoy saying plush robotic go-go hamsters. I could do that. I might go downstairs and Hodor that all night long.
I didn't catch the year. I thought you were being tongue-in-cheek about the Furbies, but...
Our final one from 2016, Egg-Born Chatter.
Yeah, no idea about this one. We just said Hatchums.
I think you guys are actually not too far off. We were kind of fighting over what the pronunciation of this is, and we settled on Hatchimals.
That's the exact pronunciation, Hatchimals.
Right. Sweet. Yeah, they were these eggs that they would turn into different animals, and people went nuts over them.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure there's some advertising exec who was like, I love the scene in Jurassic Park when the Velociraptor sticks his head out of the egg.
Push.
Yeah, so let's just make that, but a kid's toy.
Looks like the old bums picked up 35 points, so we're at 95.
Despite the fact that we're both younger than Matt and Neal.
Yep. And you two dopios picked up 45 points. So you're at 115.
It was that extra year of living, which is really helping us on that one.
Yeah, right.
Moving back in. This is a hard question, but I love this question. Tirek has a goat skull and giant bat wings, rides a dragon, and wields the power of darkness. In what fictional setting does he appear?
And can you spell that name?
Tirek. It might be pronounced differently than I'm pronouncing it. I'm not sure.
It, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like an album cover. I don't even know if that's a good enough answer.
Could be. Sounds cool. Okay.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Man, I was thinking this is maybe in a video game somewhere, but
yeah, I really don't know though. Dark Souls. Yeah, let's say Dark Souls. This does not ring a bell for me.
Yeah, this thing sounded so ridiculous that it might border on parody, so we kind of thought of something that would be kind of goofy.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
And locked in with Metalocalypse.
So when you think of a demonic force of pure evil, the first thing you think of is, of course, My Little Pony.
You know, as you started saying that, it came to me. I said,
My Little Pony.
Oh, those bronies.
Give me 1 second. I need to look this up.
Every time I've done some variation of this question, I've had to look it up myself because every time I see it, I'm convinced it cannot possibly be true, but it is.
It's like a centaur.
Oh, that's
demon.
pretty badass.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that the My Little Pony fought monsters like that.
What's this one with these real short horns?
My Little Pony is way more goth than I would have ever thought.
Yeah, that is true, though.
Also goth, this chainsaw noise.
It's nice ambiance.
If it helps, I can't hear it from where I'm sitting. So.
All right. Maybe this is nothing, and the listeners will have nothing, and then we'll just have to...
Yeah, just wait for the blood-curdling screams.
If he's not using it properly, there may well be blood-curdling screams.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. It's smoking pretty bad over there.
Oh, my God.
Number 12. In 1877, Charles Williams became the first person to own one of these in his own house. Actually, he had two, since one is useless. What is it? So 1877, Charles Williams, first person to own one of these in his own house. Actually, he had two, because one is useless.
That time frame is right.
I'm trying to think of what the clue is about the other one being useless, though, because I guess you can't.
Reluctant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said phone.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be chainsaw?
Could it? Well, maybe it was chainsaw. One
that
was
guy
useless.
needs a second chainsaw.
Well, so if we did go with phone, I'm just trying to think of why the second one would be useless, because he couldn't call
Well,
himself.
if he was the only one with a phone.
Oh yeah. I like that. You want to go with that?
Yeah, we can lock in with phone.
We're gonna lock in with telephone.
That took a while. We said telephone.
It is telephone. Apparently, he used it to place orders with his kitchen staff for what he wanted for to eat.
Oh, and he created DoorDash.
Yeah, there we go. Very quiet, very low-range DoorDash. Number 13. The unfortunately named Kim You-suk competed as a pole vaulter for what country at the 2004 Olympic Games?
Oh,
We're locked in.
You locked in. I kind of remember this story. It's either got to be South Korea or it's got to be someone of Korean descent who's from like maybe America or Canada, maybe.
Maybe Taiwan.
Or yeah.
Because I've seen that last name before, and I think there's a player in minor league baseball right now with that last name.
From Taiwan?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you have a better angle on it there then. I was just thinking maybe it's a trick and it's someone who...
I think that more obvious. I think let's just go with South Korea. And just.
Okay, you want to go the obvious? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, South Korea seemed like the obvious answer to us as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty averse to trick questions, so it is South Korea.
All right.
Good thing to know with the remaining 6 questions.
Yes, I've given you a valuable piece of information there.
And once again, thank you for everybody for tuning into the Triviality Chainsaw Massacre today.
Jeff, we do not have any human skin for you to wear, but I do have chicken, so if you want to...
In the 1990s, what little girl and future superstar racked up a series of World Karting Association championships?
Karting?
Yeah, Karting.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Danica Patrick?
Yeah, I mean, if we're going, like from the karting, I thought maybe karting meant like Mario Kart for a second, but luckily
That's
Paul's
farther off.
I was going more on the like Hannah Montana route on that one.
Oh, were you? I like Danica Patrick though. I mean, because she's around our age, so if she was in the 90s, she would have been a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna lock in with Danica Patrick.
We'll also lock in with Danica Patrick, who shot a commercial in my uncle's garage.
It is Danica Patrick.
All right.
I used to be a combat pilot, so if I weren't very, very, very dead today, I could fly into the Queen's Airport named for me. Who am I?
Well, I know the Queen's Airport. I fly into there all the time. I just don't know what the full name is, but
The last name would be fine.
Oh, okay. All right, we're locked in.
He was in World War II.
Okay.
Snoopy?
We've locked in with JFK.
Oh, interesting. We locked in with LaGuardia.
JFK was in the Navy. It is LaGuardia.
All right. Thank you, television, for saying that name over and over.
Next up, in honor of Oprah, Crayola made a special crayon named for what movie in which she appeared?
Okay, we are locked in.
Is there another one that I'm forgetting about? They wouldn't make a crayon for the color purple, right? Wrinkle in Time?
Why wouldn't it just be a crayon that was purple that said the color purple?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a serious movie.
Yeah, but they're a crayon company.
Okay. The color purple.
We also went with the color purple.
Every now and again, you got to throw some softballs in there. It is definitely the color purple.
Oh, man.
Moving along. What is part of the name of a Harry Potter novel and the name of a Greek medal for illustrious citizens?
I only know like 3 of the books. So
I think those are the only 2 Greek words I can think of in the titles.
Oh, that'd be a cool name for a medal. I don't think it's right.
Deathly Hallows?
That was a goblet of fire. Just tell me your chamber of secrets.
And I'll tell you no lies.
And that's as far as I go.
I mean, should we go? That one sounds the most Greek. You think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a real terrible medal, the Half-Blood medal.
All right, so
we're locked in.
So we're thinking either Order of the Phoenix or Philosopher.
Yeah.
Those are much better answers than what we put.
What do you think?
I only locked in on Philosopher real quick because I know
like
that's
the
Greek.
Philosopher's Medal?
Yeah, I'm trying to think though.
Not
what was it
like
for?
The Order of the Phoenix? Just illustrious citizens, he said.
Mm-hmm. John Stamos says 3.
Trying to think of...
All right, we're going to go with the Philosopher's Medal.
Okay. Initially, we wrote down John Stamos and the illustrious citizen, but we thought this one sounded Greek, and it's probably ridiculous, but we said Azkaban.
You mentioned it. It is the Order of the Phoenix.
Sorry, Ken.
Shocking.
Yeah. What has several times happened to the town of Waterproof, Louisiana, most devastatingly in 1927?
Locked in.
Waterproof, Louisiana, a flood?
Where do you find this?
I've been doing this for like 25 years, so I have 100,000 of these.
Can it be anything but flooded?
I mean, I don't. What are you thinking then?
I don't know.
Waterproof.
We're just gonna say flooded.
Flood. Yeah, we're gonna lock in with flood.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, waterproof Louisiana is not. It's had several floods. Moving on, Chinese is one. This is another one that I got some good feedback from people who wrote the Smarty Pants quiz. Chinese is one of the 6 UN languages, despite being spoken as an official language by only 2 UN members. One is China. What's the other?
Oh man,
I need a minute.
Do they speak Chinese there, you think?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I feel like they're too small to be in the UN.
Okay.
But are they technically their own country?
Well, that is an issue.
Well, I mean, you wrote it down first. I'm okay going with that.
Okay, we'll lock in with what might not even be a country in the UN.
Okay. So, speaking of things that are not even countries, I'm pretty sure Hong Kong is not on that list. Because I'm pretty sure they consider that part of China.
Singapore?
I don't think Singapore speaks Chinese.
I just watched Crazy Rich Asians, and I'm pretty sure they do.
Then you might be right. My other gut was Taiwan, which may or may not be a part of China, but I think it might get recognized separately.
I say we say Singapore unless you think Taiwan is in the UN.
We can say Singapore. I'll be okay with that.
Okay.
We wrote down Singapore, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, but Matt wrote down one of those first, and he went with Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is part of China. Taiwan is the Republic of China that got kicked out in around 1970, so the People's Republic had come in. Crazy Rich Asians, that was the right way to go down because it is Singapore.
Nice.
Nice. Well, at least we all talked about the different answers.
I mean, the U.S. recognizes Taiwan as a separate country.
Yeah.
In theory.
Look at me go, learning stuff from movies.
The best source of learning anything. We'll do the next one. What scary cereal was especially scary because it used to have a dye that didn't break down the body, causing many kids' poo to be bright pink?
Oh, I think I know this one, Matt.
That's my gut.
Yeah, that's my gut as well.
Yeah.
Is it the same gut? Because either way, it's not breaking down.
Yeah.
Well, we have 4 different guts. We're like a cow. We break down everything together. I'm fine going with that, Matt.
Yeah, a classic.
All right, we're locked in.
An oldie but a goodie.
All right, so of the scariest cereals, I would think Count Chocula tops the list.
Yeah.
Then Booberry, pretty scary, but not pink.
Then Captain Crunch.
Frankenberry, pretty scary, and also pink. So going with Frankenberry.
Yeah, we locked in with old scary Frankenberry.
Frankenberry is right.
So when I was in Europe recently, we asked our tour guide, who was actually an expatriate of the U.S., what he missed the most about the United States, and without skipping a beat, he said, Count Chocula.
We don't even have it year-round anymore.
And I said, how could you just say Count Chocula is the thing you miss most about the entire United States when there's several other cereals to consider? Cocoa Puffs, for example.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms.
Captain Crunch.
Smacks.
Lucky Charms, right. Can't just jump to a conclusion like
Frosted
that.
Flakes.
Right.
Yeah.
One of those 5 are definitely the best thing about America, I would say.
Kicks, Cheerios.
Applejack.
Kicks. Get out of here.
Kicks are for kids.
That's not how it goes.
He could have said peanut butter. It turns out peanut butter is very hard to get outside of North America.
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right, that was the end of the second round. It looks like Team Old Bums are going to be at 165, and narrowly in front of them, Team Two Dopios at 185.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, Paul, what are the final round categories?
So these are going to be questions 91 to 95 every single time for Smarty Pants Monthly. It's perennials that we do in the Ottawa Trivia League that are really popular. So these are the 5. Movie title mashup. In the middle, Wikipedia categories. Dead Canadian, both or neither. Date in the life.
Our wagers are locked.
Yep. Same here.
All right, shall we begin?
Yep.
Movie title mashup. We mash up the plots of 2 movies. You give us the resulting portmanteau title. So it's like Jeopardy's before and after.
Mm-hmm.
A lone juror, played by Henry Fonda, must use his neuralizer to convince 11 others that Edgar the Bug did not invade the Earth. In the middle, what is the missing middle item in this list of items in this particular order? Gordy, Davis, Pierce, blank, Welch, Robinson, Knobs. Though I've seen Knobs spell as Knoss, K-N-A-U-S. Wikipedia categories. Whose Wikipedia page is listed in all these Wikipedia categories? 1947 births. American people convicted of kidnapping. History of Los Angeles. Maxwell Award winners. Dead, Canadian, both or neither. Which of those 4 is Olivia de Havilland? And date in the life. Give us any day, month, and year in which Kubla Khan lived. So as an example, if we were to asking about you, correct answers would include January 5th, 2019 and August 10th, 2010, since I presume you were all alive on those days.
So just name any date that he was alive.
Day, month, and year.
Okay.
All right, well, all of our answers are locked in, and before we get to Paul to tell us the correct answers, make sure you guys join us over on The Crop on Facebook, where you can interact with other listeners of the show. There's going to be a episode thread for each episode released, and we'll do a lot of announcements there, different videos and questions and things like that. So join us over at The Crop if you haven't, and interact with all the other Triviality listeners. Paul, do you want to go through the questions one more time, and we'll give you our answers?
Absolutely. So mashing up 2 plots of 2 movies for a resulting portmanteau title, we had, as a clue, a lone juror played by Henry Fonda must use his neuralizer to convince 11 others that Edgar the Bug did not invade the Earth.
So we're glad we started strong on this question as we wagered 30 all the way down. This one is 12 Angry Men in Black.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for the listeners, we also wagered 30 all the way down in true Pain Don't Hurt style.
Yeah, this one we had 12 Angry Men in Black.
And you are both absolutely correct.
All right.
In the middle, I could tell was troublesome for you guys. What is the missing middle item in this list of items in this particular order? Gordy, Davis, Pierce, blank, Welch, Robinson, Knobs, one or the other.
Well, I definitely had a reasonable doubt about the answer to this question. We just put Johnny Tight Lips, and how we got to the answer, I ain't saying nothing.
This one, I thought I got caught up on Pierce and Robinson and thought these are Celtics. And I know Yuri Welsh was actually on the Celtics for a little bit. And I always associate this person with Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker. So we said Walker.
Would it help if I told you that those were the maiden names of first ladies?
Oh.
Probably not.
Wouldn't have helped, but I guess I can see it.
Would have been nice to know, I guess.
Yeah, Rodham. So Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Robinson is Michelle Obama and Melania something. Wiki categories. Whose Wikipedia page listed all these Wikipedia categories? 1947 births, American people convicted of kidnapping, history of Los Angeles, Maxwell Award winners.
We said Charlie Manson.
Yeah, we went the same route with Charles Manson.
So it might have helped to have known that the Maxwell Awards is, according to Wikipedia, which I'm looking at right now, presented annually to the college football player judged by a panel to be the best all around the U.S. It is the college equivalent of the Burt Bell Award of the NFL, also given out by the Maxwell Club. All those things refer to Orenthal James Simpson.
Mm-hmm. We're on the right track there, but...
Yeah, no Naked Gun reference. That would have put it over for me.
If the answer fits, right?
Yep. Dead, Canadian, both or neither. Which of these four is Olivia de Havilland?
Just a guess. Dead and Canadian.
I'm pretty sure Olivia de Havilland is British, French, something like that. I just knew she wasn't Canadian, and I'm pretty sure she's alive, so we said neither.
So as of 4:25 p.m. of May 5th, 2019, Olivia de Havilland is still alive. If she dies in the next, between when this is recorded and when it airs, I'll be very sad because we'll have killed Olivia de Havilland. But she is 102 years old.
Wow.
She was a British-American actress born in Paris. So the correct answer is neither.
All right.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be probably likely deceased, but then I looked it up and I was like, 102? Maybe 103 this year? Holy cow. Yeah.
And she's still on the warpath. She's suing Ryan Murphy's TV show for sort of defacing her legacy.
Good for her.
Date in the life. Give us any day, month, and year in which Kubla Khan lived.
The date we selected is the year 1350, and the day is December 4th, which is my birthday, so send me some presents.
Ah. I also went with a birthday, my own birthday. I would also like presents. November 15th. We had no idea on the year. We went really early and said 3/27.
So the 13-something was closer. It is any date between including September 23rd, 1215, all the way to February 18th, 1294.
Jeez.
And I was actually closer than I thought. All right, that concludes the game today. Looks like we, the old bums, have fallen quite a bit and wound up with 75 points. And the two Dopios over there didn't do too bad. They lost a couple points, but ended up with 155. So you're the cream of the crop.
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
What do you think of that, Harrison?
Well, whatever. I just want to go home.
All right, well, we want to thank Paul, of course, for providing today's excellent game. That was a lot of fun.
I'm glad.
Yeah, those questions are all a lot of fun. So make sure to sign up for the mailing list, guys.
Yeah, all those questions were from Smarty Pants Monthly. Paul, where can they find it?
So you're going to go to triviahalloffame.com, look for the Smarty Pants link. It's pay what you want. Some people play individually, some play teams, whatever you like. The next one is going out May 22nd. Scores due back May 29th. The next one is going out June 19th. Next one's going out June 26th. Scores due back July 3rd. And it's meant to be the most fun midterm you'll ever do. So sign up, and I look forward to seeing you.
And you, too, can be a Smarty Pants.
Jeff looks a little defeated here in my seat. It's something nice to look over where I sit and see what it looks like to be upset about losing.
Yeah.
Jeff, comments?
No comment.
I blame the chair.
Wow. You built that chair with your own hands. It's your fault.
It's sturdy, but it didn't help me at all today.
I'm going to blame my chair, too, even though it's my favorite chair.
All right, if you're listening to this day of release, then Paul's Smarty Pants Monthly will be releasing May 22nd. So we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did in the studio. Paul, any last words before we let you go?
As always, you guys are awesome fun. This podcast is awesome fun. And thank you very, very much for having me on.
All right. Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Smarty Pants Monthly. And to all the men here in the studio, Jeff, Ken, and Matt, my name is Neal, and that was Triviality. Wow. Doppio coffee.
There it is, everybody.
Wow. Two mice. 2 mice were in a bucket of cream.